Hey guys, thanks for watching Nerf Socom Reviews. I'm Adam. Today I'm going to be showing you the Nerf Vigilon. This is one of the newer Nerf series. It's called the Vortex series. They came out with the Praxis, Proton, Vigilon, and Nitron. So we've tried 3 of the Vortex guns. Vigilon, Praxis, and the Proton. And we've noticed that the Praxis, it seems to be a lot weaker, even though it seems like a nicer one because it's actually the shotgun style one. The Nitron's the automatic. The Praxis is the shotgun style one with the underbarrel cocking handle. But it seems that one's actually weaker than the Vigilon, and the Vigilon seems weaker than the Proton, which is the cheapest one. Which doesn't make much sense because the cheapest one Nerf normally doesn't make their cheaper guns strong, but it seems that the Proton is the strongest, second is the Vigilon, third is the Praxis, and we have not tried the Nitron yet. So I would recommend, if you're gonna get one of the Vortex guns, I would stick with the Vigilon, probably because unless you're going for a higher ammo capacity, it's kind of in the middle with the strength. So let's get into this gun. It's got some very interesting looks. Nerf has come out with some new looks for these Vortex guns. So it comes with a rail. The rail does not extend. If you see green, it looks like it extends past the green, but it doesn't. It actually stops right here. So you can fit one attachment, and then obviously it blocks your view, so you can't fit like a laser on there. It comes with a sling adapter right here. I really like the grip they put on here. It'll fit any hand. My hand is actually pretty large, and it does fit my hand just as it should. And my brother has some smaller hands than mine, and it fits his just fine as well. So the way it's like a curved rail, I've never really seen that in Nerf. I've seen it curved backwards, but curved forwards is awkward, but it actually fits surprisingly well. They have a different texture on it. It's almost, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the ASV.1 texture, but it's kind of like they brought that a little bit back. It's kind of like the design they put on the ASV.1. It's got several different functions. First, with most Nerf guns, it has a DJMing area. This does not have a DJMing area. It's more like a release DJM slider. So what you do is if there's a disc in there, you cock this back and it'll come out. And a lot of the time, what's annoying is that there will be no disc in there, and it won't let you cock it after you shoot it. But after you shoot it, it won't let you cock it, so you need to pull this even though there's nothing in there, and then it'll let you cock it again. And it's got this here, which is a release lever to access your darts or your discs, and it's both sides, so it's ambidextrous. It's definitely not a pistol. It looks like a pistol, but it's huge. It's not like a Maverick, or it's even bigger than the Recon, I'd say. So you can't fit it in any like the vest holster. I don't know if it'd fit in there. It does hold 5 discs. These little green discs. We'll talk about those in a minute. 5. You can fit 6, but that obviously squishes them, which Nerf does not recommend, and it will make them last less. You can actually fit 7 if you put 6 in there, chamber around, then put another one in, then you got 7 in the gun. But I would recommend only putting 5 or 6 if you're going to put one in the chamber. So let's talk about these discs. These are one of the newer things Nerf has integrated. The Vortex series is the only series that shoots the discs. They're foam on the outside, and it's rubber on the inside. What's cool about them is it'll bounce off of walls, so you can easily get someone with a ricochet. Say someone's around a corner, you know they're behind a wall or something. You can shoot in a way that'll hit them in a ricochet. It's not that accurate, but it helps a lot. They do go a lot further than normal Nerf darts. Since they kind of glide. There's a few bad things about it though. First, they travel slower, and second, they don't have any wind resistance. So if there's any breeze at all, if you're playing outside, or if there's a fan in your house, if you shoot by it, it's just gonna fly away because it's gliding through the air. So it's not traveling with velocity like the Nerf darts do. So if you have any breezes, it's gonna screw up your aim, your accuracy. So let's get into the pros and cons of the Nerf gun itself. First, the discs. That's obviously a reason why a lot of people are going to be buying them, just because the discs have so many good things about them. I also have some cons, but I wouldn't consider the cons of the discs major enough to even think about not buying this gun. As opposed to the Praxis, it's got a better range, so it's really cool. We haven't actually seen the full range, but it's gone over 40 feet with us already, which is just great for a Nerf gun. The cons now are this de-jammer side, which I talked about. You have to pull back frequently, all the time. You'll cock the gun, you shoot it, and then you come back to cock the gun, and it'll be stuck. You won't be able to do anything until you pull this. Sometimes you have to pull it twice, but then you can cock the gun again. Another thing I'd say is probably a con is the disc capacity. 5 is not a lot. You can run out of 5 discs really fast, especially because the discs don't seem to be as accurate as darts, even though they go further. The only other con I'd say there is a disc con, which is that they're slow, so people can dodge them easier. Those are the only cons, though. I'd say the biggest con is definitely this here, but that shouldn't be a reason for you not to buy the gun, because it's still a really good gun. I would definitely say the pros outgo the cons way over, just because of the new disc technology that Nerf came up with. It's a really, really good gun. I would definitely recommend this in a Nerf battle. You definitely want to buy more discs with it. They kind of copied the same case that they're going with levels of prices between guns. I think that they copied that with the Vortex series. The Proton being very similar to the EX3. The Vigilon is definitely similar to the Recon. Praxis is very, very similar to a Raider or an Alpha Trooper, and the Nitron is obviously similar to the Stampede or the Vulcan, and these are all similar priced, and they all are similarly operate. But the things that are similar to the Recon with this one is the cocking, ammo capacity, the size, although this is a bit thicker than the Recon. There's no barrel adapter, because obviously you can't put a normal barrel adapter on this, and I don't think they're going to make any Nerf barrel adapters for the disc shooting guns. And also there's no stock adapter. I think there are stock adapters, however, on the Praxis and the Nitron. I'm pretty sure there's one on the Praxis. I'm not sure about the Nitron. That's all there is to discuss about it. Now I'll show you the shooting. Okay, what we're doing now is not traditional for Nerf Socom. You see our little set here, now you know what's behind the camera. Because this gun, the discs we have here are so light, and they get affected by the wind so much, we're shooting inside, because we just can't shoot outside. The wind won't allow that. We're going to be doing a few tests. We're going to be doing range and then accuracy, and then we're going to show you how you can shoot around a corner. So we have 60 feet right here. So I'll be shooting 6 rounds. Right here starting. And the second mag. Reload. Okay, so our results are what I thought they would be. So we have a bunch of them on the ground here, but that's because they bounced off here. and here. And that's another way you can lose accuracy, is if when you're shooting it, if you tilt it just a little bit to one side, you'll lose a ton of accuracy because it's going to turn that way. And then also normally it comes out a little to the side anyway, maybe 1 out of 10 shots. But the ones that did make it, in here, you can see they all landed right here. The ones that made it through anyway. And that's because once they come, because the discs are discs, they're like frisbees, they're going to slowly go down rather than darts, which come down once they're really weak. So the effective range is at least 25 feet back, which I'd say maybe 15 feet back. So I'd say the effective range, if you're just talking range, not accuracy, is going to be probably 30 to 40 feet, maybe I'd say 40 around. So let's do the accuracy test now. Okay, so now we're going to do the accuracy test. Before we were trying to shoot cans, and you can see them back here, but they're so small and they're not an accurate human-sized target, so we're going to use Matthew here. So he's starting at 10 feet, and we're going to advance by 5-foot increments every time I hit him. 2 shots every 5 feet, and if I miss him both shots, that means you wouldn't hit someone at that range. So, move back. There we go. This is 15 feet. I hit his gun, I think. There we go. It's 20 feet. Oh, I missed one. Looks like I hit a can over. Okay. 25 feet. Okay, and one thing to note, I am aiming a little bit left because this gun shoots to the right, which is kind of weird. I think it's just a defect, I'm not sure, but it shoots to the right, so we've been accustomed to that. So this should be 30 feet. Okay, as you saw, I hit 5, I hit 10, I hit 15, 20, 25, and at 30 feet, which is right in this doorway, I shot twice, I couldn't hit him. I shot 3 more just because I had 3 more rounds. Couldn't hit him either of those times. So I'd say the effective range and accuracy would be 30 feet. So far we have, range is 40 feet, accuracy is 30 feet, which automatically brings it down to 30 feet. So I'd say the effective range of this gun is 30 feet. So now we're going to do the ricochet test. We have a perfect little corridor here. I'm going to be back here, Matthew's going to be over here. This is the perfect area you need this gun in to ricochet. So I know he's over here. I'm going to take 6 shots to see if I can ricochet him. So obviously, because you're going to ricochet, if I'm going to just shoot this way, it should just come straight back at me by physics. So I'm going to come back here, something. See how much time Okay, so I know I hit him at least once, so that shows that ricochet is going to be effective. Now we're going to do another test. We're going to do moving target test, and this is if they're advancing around a corner like Matthew's about to right here. So I don't want to come out because he has a better gun than me. So I'm going to come back here while he's advancing. Advancing? Go. And I'm just going to shoot. I got him. How many times did I get you?
You got me once.
Okay, so I got him once, and that was when he was really close. So I'd say this instance for them moving is probably not the best. You probably wouldn't want to take a chance losing all your ammo because you're trying to ricochet them like that. So I'd say definitely stationary if they're hiding behind a corner, but if they're advancing, I'd say you peek the corner. Okay, so now we're going to do our third and final test. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be shooting, trying to ricochet off of this far wall, because Matthew's behind this corner. Okay, I'm going to use only 6 shots. Yeah, you hit? Twice. So it is effective at long ranges too, though I'm not sure if you want to empty your whole magazine and hit twice. So I'd say this gun's definitely worth it for the first awesome discs, new discs Nerf has come out with. I'd say maybe check out the next gun up, the shotgun. I think that's the Praxis. Check out the Praxis as well. You might find one of them better than the other. First of all, this one is probably less accurate, but it is stronger when you first get it out of the box. So thanks for watching Nerf Socom reviews for the Vigilon Nerf gun rifle blaster.